but I've always known where it was going to end. So you can choose where you'd like to start with today's homily. In true Doctor Who fashion, some of you might have started listening to the beginning of this homily yesterday when I posted a little clip from Doctor Who on Facebook. It's the clip of when Rose is talking to the Doctor about the sound of the TARDIS bringing hope to all who hear it, the sound of possibility of change, the announcement of a possibility of redemption. The Romans passage talks about everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And it talks about the people who bring this message of hope. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. So you can start there today. And in true time traveller style, if you want to go back to the beginning of the homily later, you can then go back to Facebook and have another look at the clip. If you'd rather not start with Doctor Who, then you can start in true 80s evangelical sermon fashion with a joke. So here we go. A fellow was stuck on his rooftop in a flood. He was praying to God for help. Soon a man in a rowboat came by and the fellow shouted to the man on the roof, "Jump in, I can save you." The stranded fellow shouted back, "No, it's okay, I'm praying to God and he is going to save me." So the rowboat went on. Then a motorboat came by. The fellow in the motorboat shouted, "Jump in, I can save you." To this the stranded man said, "No thanks, I'm praying to God and he is going to save me." So the motorboat went on. Then a helicopter came by and the pilot shouted down, "Grab this rope and I'll pull you to safety." And to this the stranded man again replied, "No thanks, I'm praying to God and he is going to save me. I have faith." So the helicopter reluctantly flew away. Soon the water rose above the rooftop and the man drowned. He went to heaven. He finally got his chance to discuss the whole situation with God, at which point he exclaimed, "I had faith in you, but you didn't save me. You let me drown. I don't understand why." To this God replied, "I sent you a rowboat, then a motorboat, and a helicopter. Why didn't you get in any of them?" So if you don't want to start in either of those places, you can start here. Throughout the current pandemic, there's been quite a lot of writing saying that we are all in the same storm, but we are not all in the same boat. We are all in the same storm, but we are not all in the same boat. There are posters, there are motivational things that go up on the internet, there are blog posts, and it's hard to find where the original of that saying came from, or even the original sense in which it was meant. Or, now I was surprised at Cologne this morning, people hadn't heard of this book. There's a book called The Dolphin Crossing by Jill Peyton Walsh. Have any of you read it? Oh, Karen has. It's about a group of boys who go and take part in the little ship's adventure to Dunkirk. I'm going to go and try and find my copy. In the bit that it says about it, it says Pat and his friend John both know the risks they are running in taking a boat across the channel in the spring of 1940, but they also know that they have to do something to help the British soldiers stranded in Dunkirk. So 4 different places to begin a homily about hope in the face of danger, about rescue in a storm, about despair, and the need of redemption. In the Gospel story, when Jesus saves Peter, he doesn't even have a boat. He is truly in peril on the sea, and it might be a little sea, the Sea of Galilee, looked down upon by bigger seas and oceans, but it is a more than adequate sea in which to drown. Remember what it says. Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat, started walking on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he noticed the strong wind, he became frightened and began to sink. He cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out his hand and caught him, saying to him, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" When they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." And now we come to this bit which has always been the ending of this homily. Jesus is never going to let our souls perish on a cosmic level. He's right there with us. Remember, in Romans it says, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. We will all physically die, our bodies will die. That is the only certainty in our life. But Jesus will reach out and catch our souls when we, like Peter, cry, "Lord, save me." When we manage to get this settled into our hearts and into our souls, this truth will affect not only how we die, but how we live. Understanding that Jesus has us and will catch us will give us courage and strength while we live. And this is the good news. This is hope. This is what we bring to those struggling in the current storm. This is what we have the power to announce and the strength to believe. Amen.